I'm gonna have to wait, so you can put a cover over it until I'm finished with my interview. Mm. I'm gonna have to wait, so you can put a cover over it until I'm finished with my interview. Okay. Invite. Email. Gmail. Did you turn it off, Ava? Yes. Did you move it off of the stove? Or onto an eye that's not work that is not on, not off of the stove, but off of that. Off of the one that was on. Right. Otherwise, it's gonna keep heating up. Boop, 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 boop. All right, everybody, we are warming up right now. We are about to have an amazing special guest. And I cannot wait for you to meet her. We are mindfully obsessed about everything that we do. And so looking forward to ensuring that we live a mindfully obsessed life, right? And so I want to make sure that my sound is on, that you all can hear me as our guest is coming on. And we're just doing the things. We are doing the things, and we are excited about who we are as mindfully obsessed. We do all things from a mindfulness standpoint, and today we are having a special guest named Ariana Edwards, and she is the founder of Velia Shoes. And so I'm so excited about being able to present this amazing sister who is the creator of Velia Shoes. She's going to share something about her background, and she is going to help teach us so that we can also reach some of our purpose and some of our dreams and some of our goals. And so I'm going to switch over to see if she is about to join us, and I look forward to connecting with her soon. So one moment, we will be here in a minute, just making sure that we can hear ourselves. Let me see. Here. Here. We are coming. We're coming. So now I'm on the other side. You want that side? We like that side. Okay, we like HD. And we want to make sure that the audio is doing what it does. Hello? Hello, hello, hello. Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Press back noise. Auto. No faint background noises. Okay. Show and meeting option. Original sound. All right. Awesome. Hello, hello. All right. So we are going to bring Miss Ariana Edwards up to the mic. And we are excited to talk to this beautiful sister as she is coming on. As I mentioned, we are mindfully obsessed. Hey, gorgeous, can
Hey,
you hear me okay?
yes, I can.
Making sure that lighting is good and background is good. And look at you, you're just looking fabulous today.
Thank you. I am extremely apologized for the time, and I'm like trying to find a quiet corner,
I
but we
know.
did
I know. Well, we are on YouTube Live. I will go back and do some edits and things like that. So it's
Yeah,
going to be like the first time that you and I met, which to me was pretty phenomenal because it was just a conversation.
yeah.
And although I've interviewed people before, typically this is my new YouTube channel called Mindfully Obsessed. And before you came on, it actually worked out perfectly because I went on and did some testing while you were
Okay.
kind of getting ready to come on up to the stage, and just kind of testing a little bit of light. I was like, oh, it's kind of a little bit bright. I got my little light over here, but I'm also sun kissed if you can't tell because I
Oh,
just
I
came
could
back
tell.
from
I could
Mexico. So
tell.
we got the island. Wait a minute, hold on.
Yes, yep. Hit it to the side. Hit it to the side.
We got the island hair. I'm still looking at turquoise waters because when I came back, it was kind of like all these little fires, right? All these
Mm,
little fires pop up that wasn't necessarily there before you went, but because I have me, Rosalind Marie, I honor myself and I
mhm.
put myself first. The language of putting yourself first, especially in our community, is so foreign to people that when you say, I put myself first, they automatically go, oh, well, you selfish.
Yes. Oh,
So I'm
yeah.
going to just sip my little water. I got water and take it.
Yeah.
And I do this. I put my Wakanda
Mm-hmm.
because
Black 'em
here's what I know for sure. If you don't put yourself first, you drown.
all the time.
On the airplane, they say every time you fly, put your oxygen mask. Do what?
Put yours on.
Look, I already know because I just flew and I remember what they told me. Supposed to get the thing out, put it over. The oxygen mask comes from. Oh, thank you, Lord. The oxygen mask comes from above. Put the oxygen mask on your face so that you can breathe. Because if
Hmm.
you cannot breathe,
Hmm. You
how
can't
can you
help.
help anybody else? You can't. Yo, everybody gonna die.
Literally, literally cover you first so you can cover others.
So I do not apologize for putting myself first because if I am not first, there's nothing I can do for anyone in my family, in my community. And so I appreciate you for one agreeing to do my first official interview on Mindfully Obsessed podcast.
Yes.
And I'm speaking into existence because we ain't even podcast yet, but I'm putting it out there because
Yeah.
that's where we're headed. You know what I mean?
We're here.
And what I'm going to do, because we're going to get in and get out, because I know we have some phenomenal things to share, I'll introduce myself, give a little bit of background and about Mindfully Obsessed, who I am. And then we're going to go into your bio a little bit to introduce you to the people out there so that again they know who they're getting. They're getting this amazing gem, and we're gonna just go through a couple of questions. Like I said, it's conversation, okay? And
Yes,
so, and then at the end, you can ask me questions. We're gonna switch it around, and let you be the interviewer because there may
definitely.
be some things you want to know about me. Okay?
Definitely. Definitely. I'm excited.
Yay! So, introducing myself, Rosalind Marie. I am a financial wellness and birth coach. I have recently dived back into the birth world. I've been around the birth world for a very long time. However, I put it down because I saw some deficits in the industry and I didn't want to live a struggle lifestyle. Can we say struggle? No struggle? No struggle.
No
It
struggle.
doesn't have to be a struggle. Like, stop. Why is struggle okay? It's not. It's just not. Now, hard work is okay. Having some challenges is okay, but overcoming them is better. And being a problem solver is better because if you stay in that quagmire of, oh my God, oh, we can't,
Mhm.
I can't even hear it. I literally have a deaf ear to people that just stay complaining. I just be like,
Yeah,
and I'll be looking at my watch like, okay.
right.
Just as that second hand is going around, right? The every second counting. It's kind of like okay, and then I say okay, so we want solutions or we want the same issues, because if you want the same issues, I can't help you. You want
Yes.
solutions, that's where I come into play. And so honestly, that's what mindfully obsessed is about. It is about taking the opportunity, every opportunity that you have, to say, I'm putting me first. I'm lining myself with my spiritual connections. I always say vertical alignment, right?
Mhm.
I'm making sure that I have amazing people around me. I'm making sure that I'm doing what? Taking care of myself and drinking my little water, right? Mm. I'm making sure that I have the courage to put forth the effort so that I can live a fulfilled life. It's not even about happiness, fulfillment, because fulfillment may change depending on what stage you are in life. And honoring yourself by taking a chance, right? Taking a risk and being available to you so that you can show up for the people that you love and live your best life. Let's just talk about that.
Yes.
Okay. And my hashtag is do, be, and grow. Because there has to be some action steps in that, but you have to be who you are in the midst of that. You don't have to be someone else. And grow. You got to grow. You got to make something happen. When you're in the gym, you're working out, nothing is going to happen if you're doing the same exercises over and over, because your muscles will get used to that. And they say, okay, we're just going to stay there. So you have to use different machines. That's why they do circuit training. You want to work out the top all the way to the bottom, upper
Mhm.
body all the way to lower body, because or else it's gonna be lopsided, or we're gonna have those chicken bodies where we big up here and small down here.
Yup, yup.
So you want to, they say diversifying your workout. The same way I talk to my clients in the financial industry, let's diversify. Make sure that we have funds in different pockets in different places. And so I myself, I have ventured into that world. I allow people to show up for who they are. I coach them so that they can get to where they want to be. Or sometimes it's just really a, let's do a brain dump so that we can release those things so that we can create exactly who we are and what we are. So that's why I really invited you to be the platform speaker today, so that we can understand, because you've done some things and you've shifted some things in your life. You take some risk. You're young, you're beautiful, you're vibrant, and we're just ready to really learn from you. When I interview people, I look to learn. You know what I mean? Because it's an exchange. And if you're not looking to learn, well, this ain't the place for you. But here at Mindfully Obsessed, what we do, and we'll start that first before I introduce you, what we do is we start with breath. And so right now, let's take a deep inhale. You're going to take a deep inhale in your nose and blow it out through your mouth like you're blowing through a straw. Take another inhale, inhale, and drop those shoulders and release it. Let it down, let it down, let it go, let it go, let it go. And one more time for the people in the back. Inhale in your nose. And this time, just blow it out. You can be cute taking inhales and exhales. You ain't got to be all dramatic. People be thinking, what, breathe? A lot of times I'm in yoga class and I teach people and I see them going, next you know, their eyes are like, if you don't breathe, you know what I mean? Like, come on
Yes.
with you. So we want to make sure that we do that in everything that we do. The start of your day, the first thing that you get to do is what? Take a deep inhale. Oh, I'm up another day. Woo, we got things to do,
Mm.
right? The
Yeah.
last thing that you do before you go to bed is do what? That you remember. The first thing you do when you come out of your mother's womb is, if you're breathing properly, inhale.
Mm.
Woo! That's why that baby says, because he's taking all that oxygen into his lungs, hair lungs. First time ever taking a breath outside the body. It hurts. That's why that baby's crying. That hurts. And it's
Ah.
new and it's fresh. The last thing we do when the dirt hits our face, when we're finished our assignment here, is take that breath.
Mm-hmm.
What we do in the middle of that first breath and the end of that last breath is what counts.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about the dash, what you do between your birth year and the year that God says, whoop, all right, it's time to go.
Yes.
None of us know when that's going to happen. So let's take advantage of it. And so, without further ado, I do want to read a little bit about Miss Ariana. I can read your bio or you can introduce. You tell me what works best for you.
Yeah, I can do a little small introduction if you'd
Give it
like me
to me.
to.
Give it to me.
Well, hello. My name is Ariana Edwards. I am the proud founder and CEO of Vela Shoes. Vela is short for available because it's about time that we had options available in larger shoe sizes. So we're here to serve women of forgotten shoe sizes, which are the ladies who wear a size 9 and up. And we deliver dress shoes for the workplace and after hours. Native of Charlotte, North Carolina, middle child. What's next? Taurus, zodiac sign. But no,
Are
I
you really?
I am.
Did we talk about that?
I don't think we did. I tried not to
Girl.
get too excited.
See, I already see, lining up. Same
See?
here.
Oh my gosh. When's your birthday? Oh, look.
It's okay. No, this is what it's about. This is what my
Important.
is about. April 23rd.
No way. April
Wait.
4th. I was like,
You
what?
you invited to the party. That's all I know.
Yes.
So
Yes.
2023, all I'm gonna say is y'all better get ready because I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be 51. And
Yes.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. But my fellow tour, we're gonna have a Taurian party.
We do. And it lands on I think a weekend too next year. Both of our birthdays. So yeah, that is good to know all the
So
time.
all y'all stay tuned because y'all might be invited to the party too. It depends on if y'all like my page and follow
Right.
and share with other people. And make sure that we put Miss Ariana's link below because that is why I'm here. I do support businesses and small businesses and large businesses because we want to be thinking about growing. And I was attracted to Miss Ariana because I've always had large feet all my life and have never been able to find no cute shoes. And so when I met this sister at a pitch competition in Atlanta,
Yes.
I was drawn to her because I was like, I'm cute. Them booties though. But them booties.
Right.
Those booties already on my list.
Yeah.
So, but I want you to finish telling me. Charlotte, North Carolina, Torian. We now have a shoe line called, say it again for us, pronounce it for us.
Vela, short for available.
Vela, short for available. Okay, for the lady with, I say, feet that keep you grounded. If you
Hmm.
have large feet, you're grounded because we
Mhm.
got things to do. But please feel free to continue. Tell me a little bit more about you, your background, what you do, and who you are. Like, I wasn't sure if you were finished introducing yourself. Were you?
I
Okay.
am.
Okay. So, how about if we start there? Let's start with how did you actually come up with Vegas shoes and when?
Yes, yes. So, 2020, golden year, I feel like for a lot of businesses. It's really a time where so much is going on in the world that it literally forces you to sit, be still, and kind of be in your thoughts. And I appreciate 2020 so much because it was a huge reflection year for me.
Yes.
So yeah, Vela Shoes started in 2020.
Hmm.
But mind you, much like yourself, since I was young in middle school, I've always struggled with finding shoes that were cute for the larger size. It was just always a struggle. But it wasn't until 2020 when I decided to do something about it. My significant other, boyfriend, college sweetheart, he saw me looking online for shoes, getting frustrated. I'm telling you, I'm soaring every website here and
Yeah.
there, trying to get something, trying to get an outfit because I was like, I'm coming out this pandemic fly and fresh.
Hello, let's do this.
They gonna know I survived and I made it out.
Yeah.
But I just started feeling frustrated. And then that middle school almost insecurity started coming back. And next thing I know, I'm super frustrated. And I had already had a background in entrepreneurship, right? I studied that in college. I studied business. I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur. But I did not have no background in shoes at all.
Okay.
But I remember him saying, I don't know why you're complaining. Start the business. It's like, no, something I had to like pray on, like really kind of say, am I really capable of doing this? And
Seed planet.
yes, seed planted. And I had that conversation with God, and he was like, this is what you're about to start doing. I was like, okay, I guess that's what we're gonna start doing. But I just knew, and I looked to my why, and I knew how I felt as a young lady, kind of navigating through my feminine attributes and having that missing piece, and just realizing like when I have a daughter, she should never have to feel less than or insecure about anything.
Yeah.
I'm doing this for me, of course, so I can find some shoes, but I'm also doing it so that next generation can know that out of all the things, out of all the adversity that we experience as women, we won't have to deal with shoe sizes or fashion expression. So that's how I came to Vela.
I love it. I love it. Talk about your inspiration. What inspires you? When you think about inspiration, right? We typically think about I think many of us think of people that are famous, right? Or things, right? We think of, I want this house, or I want this car, I want to go travel here, or I want to help my family. And so when you think of inspiration, talk to me about your inspiration. What inspires you? What inspires you?
Yeah, so thank you for asking that question. Honestly, what inspires me? Well, I consider myself a very futuristic person. Like a lot of people see where Vela is right now, and they're asking me like, where? Like I'm already 5 years down with my vision. But what truly inspires me are the what ifs, like what could happen in the future if I take this step or if I do this one thing. As you're growing up, and as I grew up, middle class, still a pretty fair life, just in terms of my upbringing and school and education. But there was always that sense of me wanting more. My mom just knew. She said she laughs about it, but she's like, I know you were going to be the child that kind of just got out there and just went for it. I think that what I haven't seen growing up, that what inspires me to be that legacy. Like
Say that again. You said
yes,
what you haven't seen, what you have
yes,
not seen.
what I have not seen growing up inspires me the most.
That's good.
I love, obviously so many people inspire me, but that true space of, dang, like, what if this way went this way? What if I could have had this? Like, that really like gets me up in the morning. That vision of what I haven't seen growing up, that I know that I could accomplish. That was a little bit deep, but I haven't had anybody ask that question.
Nah, I'm straight taking notes. I am straight taking notes. That is dynamic. I had to absorb that one for a minute. Be like, whoa, I don't know yet, right? Because I haven't seen it yet. So what that does, it leaves opportunity. That leaves the opportunity for you to get something or experience something that is not designed by you, but it's designed by God. What I tell people is, if you can see your dream complete, it's your dream. It's not God inspired, because God doesn't give little dreams. Ooh, ooh.
Yeah, he sure does not. Oh, he
I'm
sure
a
does not.
visionary. I am that kind of person. When I come up, I love working with teams, but I like to work with teams that know their role, right? I'm an expert at this piece, right? I'm a birth coach. I'm in financial services. This person is a marketing, a brand, brands of wellness. This person is a graphic designer. Okay, bam, guess what? We come together, we bring all of our dynamics in the room, and magic happens. Why? Because everyone knows their role. And not to
Mm-hmm.
say we don't intertwine and mix. I do not like the term stay in your lane because I don't believe in that. Especially as a
Mm-hmm.
Taurus. It'd be like, wait a minute, what?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
about to jump
not
over
for
there, I'm gonna jump over there, I'm gonna jump over here. But eventually I do find my niche. I do
us.
find my focus for the moment because I'll switch it up real quick on you. But I don't like to be boxed in. That's never worked for me. I've never fit in anyone's box all my life. I've always been
Yes,
different. I've always taken chances. I've taken risks, but I like stability. I
yes.
don't know. Yeah, see, you already know it. Woman
I
after.
already know. It's
You
a
already
weird
got.
place to be in, y'all.
And it's hard to even explain to people because he'd be like, "Okay, you want to do what now?"
Hmm.
And I'm like, "Well, this is the concept. I don't have all the details, but I feel it in my shana nah."
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like
I,
when you see it, right? There is a saying that in a book that I love that talks about write the vision upon tablets so that the herald that hears it will run with it. And what the herald is your tribe. So when you share your vision with your tribe, i.e., your significant other, when you share your vision with those people around you that love you, support you, and want you to win, they're gonna start helping you put the pieces in place. You're like, wait a minute. Here come
yeah,
my marketing person. Here come my photographer. Here come my, great grandmother talking about, girl, I get it. You might
right.
have never even knew her before, but now all of a sudden you're connected to the genetic line that wanted to be a shoe designer, but was never given the opportunity or had the resources. Someone
Hmm.
in your bloodline wanted to do what you do and put it into the atmosphere and say, you know what? My great, 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 great
Yes.
Ariana got to come up with this concept. We don't even know who put it in us. We just show up. And that's why I
That's
tell
it.
people the first step is to show up. Anyway, we went down the tangent. I'm gonna bring it back.
Yeah. I know us toward we are so intellectual yes, but yeah, let's go to the next topic.
Cause we can talk. We're gonna have to do a part two. How about that?
Yes, yes, let's
We're
do
gonna
it.
do a part two, maybe next year, sometime before the birthday, because we
Yes.
want to see. We want to see. I know. Look, the winter shoes is the bomb, y'all. Because I got to get my booties. Okay, I just came back from Turks and Caicos, so I'm looking at my budget. Like, okay, now hold on, calm down. But the holidays is here, so I got to get my booties so I could be like, so I could be like, look,
Yeah.
put my foot up.
Show up to the holiday party and stuff. Yeah. Y'all didn't think it could get this good.
That
Y'all
right.
understand.
That's right. And then I'm gonna get my spring shoes because I know them coming out too.
Oh
But
yeah.
anyway, I digress. So here is a question. You actually answered a few of my questions. It was a 5-year type of deal, but you answered that already. But let's go here. What would the little Ariana woo,
Mm,
say to today's Ariana? What would she say?
oh my gosh.
Yes, girl. We
That is, I'm so look, it's like emotions just
girl,
whew.
breathe, breathe.
Oh yeah, like you said.
Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath.
um Man, the younger Ariana, oh, what would
Hmm.
you say to me today? I
Hmm.
feel like she would definitely be speechless.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like she would say, "Oh my gosh."
I
Usually
know, right?
it's usually the other way. Like what would you say to your younger self? But um she
Hmm.
would say, "I know
Hmm.
this is a hard journey,
Yeah.
but you were destined for this. I'm
Yeah.
so happy you chose yourself. You didn't choose
Ooh. Ooh.
the advert. You didn't choose to be
Mm.
bogged down when life, took you to those low points.
Yeah.
Um, she'd just be so proud. She'd just be
Yeah.
so proud. So
I love it. Did you have a nickname growing up? Did you have a nickname? Did they call
my
you something?
nickname was Ari. It was always
Ari.
Ari. Yes.
Okay, so Ari would be like, "Girl, you doing the things."
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's important, right? Because as we get older, many of us don't thrive because we don't allow little Ari to have joy.
Mm,
And
yeah.
many of us stay stuck because some of our childhoods were really challenging and tough. And I don't ask the question to take you back there. I ask the question to take you to a place of innocence and a place of no limitations and a place of pure love. Because that's what children represent, right? They're blessings. They help us keep moving, right? So that's why I asked that question because you're right. It's rare that we actually get to live that because you get to a point, and I love people really kill me when they say, I'm grown.
Mm. No, we're
Okay.
not done growing at
You
all.
can have that because you stay grown the rest of your life. What, after quote, typically 80, 18. I say after 25 because you don't really know
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah,
I'm a
exactly.
mom of a 22-year-old. Well, ooh, I keep saying that. 19 and how old are that, my children? I have to think 19 and 21 right now, so soon to be
Yeah.
20 and 22. Ooh, help me.
Mm.
And they were so excited when they were teenagers. I can't wait till I become a teenager. Okay. And then I can't wait till and now I asked them questions. So how's adulting
Mm.
coming along? And they're like, I don't like
Like,
it here. I say, yeah, because you're responsible for you now. Parents aren't
exactly.
necessarily the key to helping you strive, but I have three daughters, as a matter of fact, in all different stages. So, and I have my last Mohican back there, 10 years old. So they keep me grounded. They keep me clear. They challenge me. They make me happy. They make me sad. All those great things. But
Yeah.
they keep me on my toes because I know they're watching everything that I do, right?
Mm.
And so I want to make sure that I'm that example. And I also get to see their little person, their young person. I
Mhm.
get to also guide them because I was there, right? I tell my 10-year-old I've raised three girls, meaning myself, my other two daughters, and now her.
Yeah.
So you can't do too much that I don't already know,
Mm.
although she tries.
Yeah.
Hey!
Right. I
But
just
that
wanted
is,
to add one
yeah.
thing to what you were saying for sure. Um, Taking me back to that question just, reveals that innocence, or it reveals what was already in your heart when you were young. You know, I think that that's special. I was reading something, it was like a couple years back, and it was basically saying like, before opinions and anybody's negativity got into your head about what you wanted to be when you were older. Before all of that, like when we were young, we dream strong when as a kid. And then we let a lot of society or whatever else comes in, and then that kind of impacts or translate what our dream was. But I remembered it basically saying like you definitely whatever you wanted to be as when you were a child and what you are destined to be always aligns. But it may align in a different way. Like I remember I wanted to be a singer growing up. Can't sing, but the qualities of a singer, being on the platform, helping others, using your voice as that pedestal can translate into entrepreneurship. So I just challenge everybody, like go back to that dream when you were younger and see those characteristics, and you'll find out they align a lot.
I can 100% relate. I remember I grew up in Jersey, born in Louisiana, raised in Jersey, and now adulting in the ATL, right? And so I remember taking the telephone book to my mom and looking up gymnastics companies. Excuse me. Because I wanted to be a gymnast. I love watching the Olympics, like, you know what I mean? And I just was like inspired. And then Although I didn't pursue that, I'm a yoga instructor. So it
Yeah,
kind of connects. You know what I
literally.
mean? So it definitely makes a difference for sure. Got this little catch in my throat from
Oh,
traveling. So I'm like, ooh, it's still doing some like
go ahead.
that post nasal from when you get
Mm-hmm.
off the air. A lot of times my ears used to pop. This time it was like, well, what is in the air? I had my mask on and everything,
Yes.
but that's how it translated because your ear, nose, and throat. Ooh, scientists, ear, nose, and throat are all connected, and sometimes that altitude will affect that system, right? That's the part of your
Yeah.
respiratory system. And so I'm still having some postnatal, so I'm trying to work between my drip and my, that's why I'm drinking my tea and my water right here. So
Mm-hmm. Get your stuff
no,
together.
let them
Yes,
do.
that was me. That was literally
Yeah.
me
Thanks, babe.
to go.
Thanks. So my little sidekick over here done brought me a little bit of water. I tell you,
Yes. Oh.
little assistant in the background. So you want to come say hey? You come on. She want to come say hey. Say hey to Miss Ariana and everybody.
Hi. How you
Say
doing?
hi.
Oh, she's adorable.
We
Yes.
we just did a co-wash this morning, so I love the
Yes,
way
I can
that. There's
see.
another sister. Matter of fact, we'll bring up her little products in a minute, but we talking about Vegas shoes today. But but she did a co-wash.
Yes. Yeah, her hair is flourishing. I remember
Oh my
I used
gosh.
to,
A lot of hair. Others said mine's is short under here. And people be like, my coworker was look, she was like, is that gray? I said, yeah, girl. What's the
Yep.
problem? I'm 50 years old. What's the problem? But that's why I get the little blended in there. So it kind
Hmm.
of, and it's a little loose because I have been scuba diving in the turquoise waters. And it was like that. Hello.
Yes. Whew. I know it's beautiful there. Mm.
Woo! This little post nasal is not trying to let me be great, but I'm gonna move on so I can put myself on mute. Here's a good question. How do you self care?
Mm. Self-care for me, has really been like on a day-to-day basis, me kind of taking those small breaks throughout the day, like those small pauses to kind of disconnect from everything else. And one thing I do, I mean, I have a little dog. His name's Samson. And what I would literally, whenever I first wake up, I remember reading something that was basically saying that you are the most vulnerable when you first wake up. So anything that you first interact with can kind of set the tone for the day without us even noticing. Especially like social media, right? You see something on social media that's like devastating. That kind of like puts you in an emotional chokehold. So I thought for me, self-care for me is when I wake up, immediately going outside, reconnecting with nature, walking my dog, and instilling some type of positive energy with what I'm listening to, right? Whether could be a podcast, I love a podcast, but it could be me learning something that, was on my mind that I just want to be ramped up about. Or it could just be a girl chat, like, girl, you got this, get through this day. And every day I do that. And that's the biggest self-care for me. I would say, other than, the spas and, the beach and all of that. But yeah.
All of the things, as they say, all of the things, I believe in it. I think, again, we have to incorporate it into every aspect of what we do because I'm a scientist, so I come from biology. I was headed towards medical school, so I had to come up with a method of studying to be able to get through those thick science, genetics, and microbiology, those thick books.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
had to shift my thought process so that I can study, so that I can be prepared for the exam, so that I can pass the test. It wasn't about knowledge. I'm going to tell you that. Getting a
hmm.
degree in biology, when I look back at it, it wasn't about becoming an expert. It really was about repetition. and
Mhm.
doing the same thing over and over and over again so that you can what regurgitate it back up when you were questioned about it. Me and my daughter had this conversation the other day. She had a I think it's a marketing class maybe, and the school year is technically just beginning. This is her second test that she had. And I just kind of asked her, okay, she was kind of like, well, we have this exam, but teacher's not the best.
Mhm.
I'm still trying to figure out how he tests, based on how he teaches, so I know what to study. And so what I mentioned to her, I was like, well, just understand when you test, it's really about concepts. It's not so specific, where you have to remember. Sometimes you do have to remember the details, but it's more conceptual. Did
Mhm.
I get the concept so that I can use the concept to create? And so
Definitely.
I did that as I studied as a scientist, but I was saying that to say when I studied those heavy science books, first of all, adult attention span is maybe 20 minutes.
Mm.
Maybe
Yeah.
20 minutes. That's why on social media, those reels and videos hit people because you see it, bam, it can plant a negative seed, positive seed, or neutral seed.
Mhm.
You are who you expose yourself to. You know what I mean? And so, in the middle of my studying, what I would do after about 45 minutes of studying, completely do something totally different. So whether I would maybe listen to some music, or I might go outside, or I might go cook, a little snack, get a snack, or do nothing. You can just sit there for a minute and do nothing, right? But you want to shift your attention so that your brain can really absorb what you just studied. One of the reasons why kind of doing those last minute things don't usually pan out, especially when you're studying for something heavy like a science test, is because you don't even give your brain time to acclimate to the information. So just as you're sitting there, still, oh my God, I gotta study, and then you're stressing yourself out. So you're
Mhm.
not going to do as well as you typically would have had you done it over time. So there's a process in the midst of that. I always promote doing a 60-second pause if you're doing something really, if you're doing really heavy brain work. You're working on a project, you have a specific task that you want to accomplish by a certain time, give yourself a 60-second pause. Shut everything off, turn the lights out, put some blackout curtains on, get quiet for 60 seconds, go just stand up and stretch your body. Give yourself that pause. Take 60 seconds to drink some water, right? Take a sip of water. Take 60 seconds to just clear your thought process so that you can be ready to run.
Right.
And if you do it that way, your mind is like, oh, okay, we like this pattern. Long story short, she got a B on her exam. Yay.
Yes.
And now she got 2 tests underneath her belt. Now she's understanding a little bit better conceptually. One, how she studies, how she processes, and how to bring that information back up so that it, works for you.
Definitely.
So awesome to that. Let's go to what advice would you give to someone about pursuing their purpose or their vision? What would you tell somebody who maybe it was like you, right? It was just like, that's cool. I have a vision to do that, but yeah, nah, I don't think so. What would you say? What would you say to them?
Mhm. I would definitely say do not ignore the signs because I feel like once you gotten a glimpse of what your purpose is, there will be signs that pop up that kind of just really intertwines with what that purpose is. Like, man, all of a sudden, I started a shoe business, and then wow, well, boyfriend said to start the business, and then next thing I know, my sister texted me about her finding shoes, and then next thing I know, a throwback picture of me pops up in middle school when I was ad on certain shoes. Like you'll start seeing plugs and nuggets and just things kind of like flow your way when once you get that glimpse of your purpose. And what I would say is do not ignore it, like really lean into it. I think a lot of times people, they see their purpose and they automatically just think, oh, well, I can't. They think of everything that can go wrong. I don't know how we're X, Y, and Z, but a lot of things we accomplish at life are like that too. Whenever something's new to us, we have it's the same process. So lean into that purpose, that passion, because you had to learn to do everything that you do work today. You had to learn how to cook. You had to learn how to wash yourself. You had to learn. So lean into that purpose and figure it out. You have, for me, spiritually, you have God really guiding you. Just do it, literally, like Nike said.
I always say, be ye not afraid,
Yeah.
or do it afraid.
Hmm.
One of my
Yes.
mentors told me, do it afraid. And I was like, huh? When they said it, it didn't register. And as I went through some more life things, right, got knocked upside the head a couple times, I was like, oh, I'm afraid.
Mm-hmm.
But do it afraid.
Yeah.
What's the worst that could happen? Would you go
Literally.
become more afraid? Usually you're going to get over that fear and see what's on the other side of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And I know this is actually one of our final questions here. Is you're going to go ahead and close the interview out because this has been awesome.
Yes.
And I don't know if people have ever asked you this, but I'm gonna ask you this because it's it's huge to take a concept that maybe has been planted inside of you for a while and birth the concept, right? I'm a birth coach. So everything is a birth
Yeah.
to me. Birth the concept. You birthed. You gave birth to some shoes, sis.
Yes, I did.
To a
Mm.
series of shoes
Yes.
that is growing, that is being recognized throughout the, let's say, globe.
Yes.
You're being interviewed. I see you jet setting,
Yes,
doing
I
it.
am. They
People are like,
love it.
we want Vegas shoes to be a part of what we do. We want a Macy's line, right?
Okay.
We want a line in Milan. Come on,
Mhm.
let's teach. We want a Japanese line of Vaya. Come on.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
we
It's
want a
wonderful.
we want a Ghanaian version
Mhm.
with red and yellow and green, the colors of the Guyanese flag. We want
Go. You better
some
go.
Liberian colors, the blue and the red and the white. I see it. It's bigger than me. It ain't me. It's just what God has given me. You know what I mean?
Mm.
We need a
Mm.
red, black, and a green. Yeah,
Yes.
let's
Yes.
make it funky. Like throw some patterns on that. But I got ideas too, girl. I'll be like, ooh, do this.
Yeah. Listen, I'm so open to hear. So just letting you know, I'm open to hear.
Look, and truth be told, I have been looking for some companies to develop my own athletic shoe.
Ooh.
Something that goes from the yoga mat to the grocery store to home that's comfortable and it's not so bulky. So
Yes.
we got a meeting. We need to meet
Yep.
because I'm gonna need some help with developing that.
Yes.
And so my question was, how do you start a shoe business? Like who does that? Because normally we put them on and just go. We tie them up and we go. We,
Yep.
do the sandal on. How do you do that? And I know that's a huge question. But you have a thing, and the thing is various shoes, and that's a big deal. You can actually go and put the things on. I'm sure you got the things behind you. You
I
can
sure
literally
do.
pull
That's
them.
why I'm blurry. Look.
Honey, you can, you can throw it. I don't know if you had one that you could throw up here right quick. We can look at it. You have a thing.
Look.
Yes,
It's not.
yes,
No. It's not that close. It's
yes.
on the back. Look, I have to
Okay,
go.
we're gonna put the
It
link
was a
in.
shoebox though.
We're gonna put the link in so that people can go and support
Hmm.
because here we are, holiday season is coming, you want to give people quality gifts, and we all have sisters that have long feet, right? We know somebody. And so why not give a gift certificate? Why not give a gift if it's not for you, give somebody, if you have that as an offer. I don't know if you have gift certificates
I
because
do.
Okay, we have gift certificates, see? And so we're going to also put that information down in the link as well. I'm going to feature you specifically on all of my social media. So I'll do some snippets and cut a little piece of this so that I can share with them as well. And I'll tag you and all of that so people can start. Let's go. Let's grow this. We got to grow this. Go, do, be, and grow, right? As I mentioned earlier. So
Okay.
talk to me about how did you start a shoe company?
Yes. So when I first started, I told you I didn't have any background in shoes, fashion, none of that. But I did have a background in entrepreneurship. And I think that really just helped me with the fundamental part of it. So when I first started, I remember studying in school that and being a part of these business programs or these hackathons, which is where you come together with random other students, and a company may say a problem and you figure out a solution. Like I used to do all of that,
Mhm.
and so I'm often all the time connected with a lot of those individuals in entrepreneurship. So my job was in college when I started my senior year, and I remember one thing my professor said was, you should really do an accelerator program or an incubator program. And that is basically what a lot of new fresh business owners do in terms of programming, to really um, figure out how to set apart and how to figure out what it is you're building. So did a couple, signed up for a couple. A number of great ones for women entrepreneurs are Digital Undivided or something at your local university. And that's how I kind of got the idea and kind of sifted out a game plan. Then connected with all of those entrepreneurs and mentors, and said, hey, do you know, and can you connect me to anybody who manufactures shoes, right? And so utilizing that network to find a manufacturer and to kind of lean on that operational system of it. I remember a good mentor of mine also said in the beginning, why does the big Fortune 500, why do they start off in a warehouse? Why can't us Black women have a fulfillment center? Why can't we? Why do we always have to have that struggle of I'm doing something in my backyard, my garage, and I'm pushing out these orders? You can still level up to that point. And so I was like, okay, well, good. Well, let me get a fulfillment center to ship my shoes. So that way I can have that foundation in place to when Vela scales, that can already be there. So I did a lot of that those foundational things to kind of get started with Vela. But one thing in terms of really, of course, finding out the manufacturer and things like that, I had to raise money. Where was the money coming from? So I did a lot of pitch competitions. 2021, right? I remember I founded the company October, like the end of October 2020, 2021. I'm going out there, I'm raising money, I'm reaching out for help, I'm making this thing shake, right? Because it wasn't even the idea of me winning the pitch competitions. I wanted as many eyes on this concept as possible. That was my main thing. I was like, yeah, I can get some money here and there, cool. But I want to connect with the judges. I want to connect with anybody who is willing to give me some time and energy to put this thing together. And so you honestly, building Vela was a part of my grind, and people seeing me build the company and seeing how much I wanted it and willing to reach out to help me. And also me not being afraid to say, I need help, please help me get to the next step. So it was a lot of that in terms of building Vela.
Yes. Well, that is absolutely dynamic. And as much as I want to continue on, we have things that we have to do. We just wanted to bam, hit y'all real hard with the first interview of the last quarter of the year, right? Because we're closing out 2022. We're getting ready for that 2023. Hello, let's
Yeah.
get it hopping. And we just wanted to really expose someone who is innovative and creative and is a woman of my own heart, because my shoe closet is like, it needs some baby shoes in there.
It
And
needs some
so what,
availability.
come on, let's go. It needs some available and some Vela shoes in there. So I just wanted to be like, girl, where you get them, girl? Let me
Right.
tell you. Because
Yeah.
that's how we tell each other about, let me tell you. I don't know if I want to tell you. I don't know if
Right.
I want to share because this is my, exclusive, but we're gonna share. We're gonna pump it up there. We're gonna get it out there. She does have um, gift certificates, so even if you don't purchase for yourself, you can purchase for your lady or your mom, your grandmother, your auntie, cousin, all them good things. And so, what is your website? Let's put it out there right now. I will definitely add the links, but give people where they can find and purchase your shoes right now.
Definitely. Yeah. So we are on the website on the web via Vela Shoes. So that's VAILA shoes.com. You can find all of our collections, all of our lovely shoes on there. We're also active on TikTok
Okay.
and Instagram as well. Those are our main platforms, still
Okay.
discovering the others. But those ads are Vela Shoes as well. And then you can find me on LinkedIn at Ariana, Ahriana Edwards, on LinkedIn. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Putting it all in the chat so that when I go back, I don't have to ask.
Oh
You're
no,
on
you good.
LinkedIn at, let me make sure I'm spelling it right. Ahriana
Yes.
Edwards. And that's on LinkedIn, right?
Mhm.
Ariana. Yeah.
Gotcha. I typed it for you.
Oh yeah, bam! There we go. Cool, cool deal. So that is amazing, and we thank you for your time. This is so exciting. I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
I thank God that I met you. I thank God that you agreed to do our first interview on Mindfully Obsessed. We got some things that we got to do. We can go back and edit and cut it up a little bit, and I will, of course, will share it with you as well. You can feel free to use it to your advantage as well. Um, I think I wanted to ask one more thing, which is drum roll. Da, 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 da. You have any questions for me?
Oh, see, look, how much time we got left?
See, part two. You're gonna have to come back for part two. That's what
Yeah,
that
we
is.
got to come back for the part two. We have to, because us, we go deep.
Yeah,
It's
we
not
go
just a
deep.
how you doing, it's a tell me
See,
about.
see, we be really checking for each other in our questions. A lot of times I ask my questions, I'll be like, watch this. And I ask something and I just be like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you show, you show. It's kind of
Right.
like when you ask somebody, how are you? And they say, oh, girl, I'm good. And you
Mm.
be like, and then you
Are
sit back
you?
and you be like,
Yeah. Are you? Really?
no, you not. And if it's somebody that's you close to, you already know they not telling
Mm-hmm.
the truth. And so here is what I leave you all with today for Mindfully Obsessed is be honest. Tell the truth. If you're struggling, if you are feeling like you are ready for a shift in your life, if you are looking like you're ready to shift who's around you and what you say and how you say it, if you're trying to change how you're eating, your lifestyle, if you're looking at, making sure that you're more spiritually aligned and you want a proper tribe around you so that you can live a fulfilled life, stop lying.
Mm-hmm.
Be honest with yourself because when you look at yourself in I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Michael Jackson knew what he was talking about.
No, literally.
I'm asking him to change his way. Now, I do sing and play the piano. So I know that's a part of my thing, okay? I'm coming, God. I know, because you said use your talents. I get it. It's going to be a part of this podcast, too.
Right.
But when you look at the man and the woman in the mirror, you cannot get over on them. You can't. And so I'm asking you to look at the woman and the man in the mirror and be straight up. And if you need someone to connect to, that's what I do. Mindfully obsessed, that's what we do. Connect with me. You can direct message me. Let's chat. I'll send you my Calendly link. Let's get on the calendar so that we can help you get those pieces together because mentally, if you are not well,
Mm-hmm.
you cannot be well in any other way, spiritually, physically, financially. And please don't bring somebody in your life if you're not together. Get yourself together. They say, get yourself together and line it up. Make sure that you attract those people that can help you get there. And you help them as well, right? Because it's a two-way street. Be true to who you are, and as I say, hashtag do be and grow, because we just want the best for you in your life. So I thank you. I thank you, Miss Ariana Edwards. I love that name. It's just beautiful. I love your concept of Vela shoes, and I will be very soon purchasing as soon as I can shift this budget a little bit.
Look,
I
go
already
ahead.
saw them booties that I like. They're like a multicolor. I forget what the name of
Yes.
them. They so cute.
Simone. Yes.
Simone, see, I know already. I already know what I'm about to get.
Yes.
And because I'm gonna be walking around like, hey, but this weekend it is Clark Atlanta's homecoming, so I'm about to go out here and do some.
Go
You know,
ahead.
playing. I think they're playing Savannah State. Playing Savannah State.
Oh,
So I'm
go.
about to go
That
out
sounds
here to go to
fun.
go to campus and support some of the vendors because I want to do that. And I need another Clark Atlanta shirt because
Okay.
HBCUs is where it is. I'm just
All
gonna
right.
put a little
Fayetteville
promote in
State
there.
University.
Come
Yeah.
on now. Come on. So this is what we do. This is who we are. And if you haven't joined me before, I'm going to end the interview with love, peace, and hair grease because
Yeah.
that's the way we do it. All right, y'all. Thank you, Miss Ariana. Go with your amazing day and go be beautiful, go be great. And we look forward to circling back around and bring you back on again and get ready for that party next year. 2023 is going down.
Hey, yay. Thank you so much, Rosalind. I appreciate you.
Oh, appreciate you too, sweetheart. All right, well, you have an amazing day as well as you all. And as I mentioned before, please go to Veil Shoes. Support is a verb. Purchase something. Stop playing games.
Stop playing.
All right, love y'all. Peace. We
Bye.
out.